Hello, we're taking a look at the new Lifehacker Pocket Tool version 2.0. It looks a lot different, and that's because there's a lot different with it. You'll notice that no longer is the socializer the main event because that's now moved to a Chrome extension in GED. And you'll also notice that there are 3 new sections here. We're going to go over everything. I'm going to try to go as fast as possible, but there's a lot to know, so bear with me. You need to watch most of this to know how it all works because some stuff has changed quite a bit. And there's some secret features at the end that you'll want to know about. Okay, so if you click here, this is where your settings are. You'll notice that if everything is A-OK, you'll see the Lifehacker Pocket Tool logo. If it's not, for example, if your username got messed up or deleted, this will alert you to say, I don't know who you are. So you need to click on this and then enter proper user data. And then it will go back to normal. Of course, it's not checking for the email address, but as long as you have a name in there and it's not being submitted as anonymous, it'll alert you. So the other thing you want to know about your user information is that you can specify now how often it polls for new stuff, like in the top tracker and the image requests. And I have it set to 15 seconds. By default, yours will be 60. You can set it to whatever you want. When you do set it, close this out, wait 5 seconds. Everything automatically saves by itself every 5 seconds. So once that has happened, you'll have to restart the app for the new polling time to take place, or you can just remember, set it and forget it and remember it later. So that's how new settings work. If you want to make a new post, now the top tracker and the image requests, which we'll go over this a little bit more later, are linked. You just press this plus button to bring up the new post area, and you can enter in whatever you want. So you can see I already started filling this out. You put in, your post title, your post description as usual. You'll notice that now you have to enter a date, a month, a year, a month, and a day, and the post time. And the important thing here to notice is that you choose whether you want it to be a top post, an image request, or both. And then when you're done, you hit let's do it, clear if you want to reset everything. So that's how that works. Now, when you set things up, the app will poll however often you tell it to, and you'll see them show up in here. Top posts will show up here, and you can see the ones highlighted in red are the ones that are coming up today. Now, if you have set it as an image request, it'll also show up here, and there are a couple more buttons and other things that we need to take a look at. You'll notice that there's this arrow up button in both the image requests and the top tracker, and that is if you want to update a post. If you make a mistake, want to make a change, want to make it a top post or an image request, you can change all of that stuff, click update, and then it will update. For example, if I wanted this fake Ask Lifehacker post to not actually be in here, I could undo it as a top post, hit let's do it, close this out, and then when it updates like that, it'll just pull it right out of the queue. And then it will pull it out of the queue for everybody. So that's top tracker, and this will show 25 things at a time, and you'll always know where you are in the day by the red stuff, but you can also check the date, the author, and the title of the post. And if you want more information, just hit the update button, and you can look at it through the update section. In image requests, this is not terribly unfamiliar because you'll see all this stuff. Those of us who make the images will be happy to know that now when the queue updates, I had to rewrite the whole thing, but it was worth it. It does not delete anything you type into the attribution area. Now, image requests can be assigned. This will mostly be for the design team, but if you really, really have to assign an image to someone in particular, you can go ahead and type their name in here, click the plus button, and it will assign it. Designers claiming these images for themselves, and to say that they're working on it, you type in your name, also hit the plus button to claim it. What this will do is we'll notify the design team that this image has been assigned to someone in particular, and it will also notify the owner of the image or the owner of the post that someone is working on their image, so they don't wonder if it's actually happening. Of course, you can also update here, check things off when they're done, and one more thing. For those of you who have trouble doing the math on these military time numbers, just roll over and it will calculate the time in Pacific time, Central time, and Eastern time. And it will update for daylight savings time. So the other nice thing is it will say AM and PM. So if you are, if you're not good at doing the calculation yourself, it will tell you exactly what time it goes up in your time zone and everyone else's. So next we've got App Imager. This is probably my favorite thing. App screenshots are kind of difficult to make, and they take some time. And even if you're using Photoshop, it doesn't always work perfectly because the script I wrote, tends to break and have issues. So to make this easier, I decided to pull up and put together something that actually does that, and it works via drag and drop. So I'm going to start by grabbing a background image. We'll just take this one and drop it in to the background. You just drag it into the area you want. I'm also going to take the iPhone center image, my iPhone left image, my iPhone right image, and drop it in. And this should work with PNGs and JPEGs. So you can see now I have an app image, and all I have to do is click save. And in a second, it will tell me, here you go. Here's an app image. You can save it out as a JPEG and upload it directly to GED. It's pretty cool and should save you a bunch of time. Now, what about Android images? They're not the same size. So if I start dragging in Android images here, you can see they don't really align exactly as they should. And that looks kind of stupid. So if I change this Android center image, watch this, they snap together. Whenever you update the center image, it will snap back together and make everything align perfectly. So if you have something out of alignment, even if you've updated all your images, just drop the center image back in again, and you will have perfectly aligned images again. Now, if you're doing something for app directory, you just click the toggle app directory button, and you'll see this badge show up. If you want to move it because the bottom right corner isn't your favorite place in the world, you can just drag it and move it around. You can even drag it out of here, but then it's not going to show up. So you don't want to do that. But anyway, you can put it wherever you want, and then if you decide you don't want the app directory badge anymore, you can just hit toggle again and make it go away. Our final section is the notepad. This is not very exciting yet because I haven't done a whole lot other than let you paste in text, and it will automatically save that text every 5 seconds with your user data. Scrolling's kind of weird. It doesn't work perfectly. I mean, you can still scroll through the whole thing, but the scroll bar is not, ideal. I mean, it works here, but it just doesn't update very well when you're scrolling with multi-touch. Eventually, I'm going to have some stuff in here that just some handy like style guides and so on as was requested, but haven't had time to put that in yet. But that will be here in the future. So one more thing. It's been kind of annoying that this program doesn't work very well with the keyboard. You have to use your mouse for a whole bunch of stuff. I fixed that. So now if you hit Command or Control N, Control for Windows, Command for Mac, it brings up New Post. If you hit Escape, it closes that New Post window. And that, goes for anywhere. Also, if you're in a new post and you're typing, you can now tab to the field you want to. Isn't that nice? That should have been there for a while. Okay, so aside from that, you also have a couple more Command or Control keys, and that is Command 1, which brings up Top Tracker, Command 2, which brings up Image Request, Command 3, which brings up App Imager, and Command 4, which brings up Notepad. And that is how keyboard control works, and that is how pretty much the majority of Lifehacker Pocket Tool works now, version 2.0. I hope I went over everything, but I'm sure I forgot some stuff. There are a lot of updates under the hood that I believe I left out, but for the most part, that should get you through it and at least show you how all the new stuff works. If you have any requests for features, or if you have any bugs, of course, always email me and let me know, and I will fix them as soon as possible. So that's how it works, and I'm going to shut up now because I'm guessing this has been going on for a while.